okay. What's coming up next? Let's find out. It's Weeknight Update with Ellie Muller. Love the guy. And the morning show starting Rebel Wilson. Woo! And extremely early with Edward Scott. And that's all to come on Nick at Night. Take it away, Ellie.
Alright, folks, listen. Alright, before we get started with tonight's program, I just want to say this, alright? Please do not go on to DeviantArt, alright? Because there are a bunch of people on DeviantArt who will absolutely try to ruin your life, alright? You know what? Tom 3 Feet in Danger has made it quite clear the other night on this program. And I don't want that to happen to any of you folks out there, okay? So, please, whatever you do, do not go on to DeviantArt, okay? Please, let's get on with the show. From the gorgeous YouTube Dojo and no Chris Evans, you cannot try to live your day. Come on now. This is getting way too old. This has gotten way too old. Come on now. It's Weeknight there, Ellie Muller. And now a man thinks that Chris Evans made the right decision by retiring. And it was time for him to retire. Wait a minute. Isn't he a little young for that? Whatever. Mr. Ellie Muller. Ha! Welcome to Weeknight Update. I'm Ellie Muller. Where's our office? Come on, everybody. Come on. Hey, boss. How are you? I'm doing okay. How about yourself? I'm feeling great. You know what? I'm actually a little concerned. About what? About the whole DeviantArt thing. You know what I mean? Everybody on DeviantArt has been harassed and bullied and things like that. I thought that we're supposed to have safe places to go online. Yeah, I thought so too, but I guess bullies can get everyone, even on social media. Wow, that's insane. Yeah, I know, but if everybody stays away from DeviantArt, then maybe, just maybe, people can actually get a sense of relief, a sense of clarity, a sense of happiness. Now, the theme song was composed by Dominic Knight, this piano, the color being cool, the camera lady, Ibrahim 2004, and Mild Chaka are all responsible for most of the things that you're going to see and hear on this program tonight, and also our Shoutout Spotlight winners. That's right, there are also our Shoutout Spotlight winners. Oh boy. Sometimes the magic works, and sometimes the magic, doesn't appear until much later in the program. But I'll tell you this right now, things will get a little bit better. Right now, because right now it's time for something we like to call What's Up? Here we go.
What is up? 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 Bum 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 bum.
What's up with Chris Evans, a man who wants to be a rich man? I wonder how he'll get money in 2024. He said that he wants to stop acting so that he can do pottery. Pottery? Oh, Martha Stewart will get him. For real. And he compared his final shooting day of Avengers Endgame, or the last day of shooting that movie, to be exact, to the last day of school. Yeah, he really felt sad. Chris, you wanted to retire? Stop crying. Come on now, just stop. All right. MP, let's do a top 8 list, all right?
Does everybody know what time it is? Is Is it time for something that involves the weeknight update? That's correct. It's time for our top 8. Yeah, top 8 to know what the top 8 things are. Yeah, it's going to be great. Oh, I'm so excited. I wonder what the top 8 is going to be this time. Well, we're going to have to figure it out. Well, Ellie's going to figure it out. Yeah, Tom, it's absolutely so. Well then, what are we waiting for? Take it away, Ellie! Yeehaw!
Thank you very much, boss. Tonight's category top 8 things that Chris Evans loved more than movies. Number 8, sports. Number 7, owl. Number 6, snakes. Number 5, sleep. Number 4, his pillows. Number 3, his bed. Number 2, his bathtub. And number 1, trees. Yeah, I know. Thanks, MP. Well, you know the drill. Hashtag Weeknight, hashtag WO for late night, hashtag WO for adult women, hashtag spread love around. Get those things to turn on social media, please. And while you're at it, like this thing, subscribe, ring the bell, and share, and we can chat it up in the comment section down below. When we come back, Edward Scott, special delivery. Right, the multiple disability choir will come on after that. Then a moment for everyone, and then your talking time, followed by, of course, the experiment. All that plus more fun than humans are allowed to have right after these important messages. This is still Weeknight Update, and now here it is, your Vine of the Night.
I bombed this test.
Okay, look, we all did bad. I got a
97!
Okay, I think it's gonna be okay. Seriously.
Nickate, N-I-T-E, Nickate, Nick at Night for me.
Better living through television.
Hi, I'm installing the carpet here for Mrs. Nelson. You know, Mrs. Nelson, she's no fool. She could go out to buy carpet, right, to somewhere they got a big showroom and lots of overhead, but she just picked up the phone and called Empire.
588-2300.
That's the Empire carpet number, and Empire brought all those big samples right to her house, including nylon pile carpet from $6.95 a yard. $6.95, and that's fully installed by professional installers. 2 days later, I'm here putting in the carpet. Mrs. Nelson can't believe I'm here already. Oh, and you can get credit, too. No installment payments for 60 days. And look, if you call 588-2300 right now, you get this Bissell rug shampooer with your order. Now, how can you beat that? Carpet from $6.95, installed, with padding, free shampooer, credit if you want it, and you never leave home.
588-2300 Empire.
Why don't you call right now?
Mr. Edward Scott and the boys. Hi, Ed. Boss. It's the weekend, huh? Yes, it is the weekend. Are you excited about this weekend? Yes, I am. Whew. We're almost done with September. Yes, indeed. And pretty soon, we're going to be taking 2023 out the door and welcoming in 2024. Oh, yeah. Whew. Time has flown by too quickly. Yes, and speaking of time, it's time for special delivery. Here we go.
Make way for one time up. This beat's so sick it's corrupt. And it's stop. and listen to me. Mouth full of food. And it's super yummy. Moving like a little kid in a white limousine. And streets are so neat. When we live in a dream, you know what I mean. Please buy my new CD.
That was excellent. That was incredible. And now, a classic performance from the Multiverse's Ability Choir.
Did we hear you say that you got a confusion?
Long live Cookie Bun Cooper and Shonix the Hedgehog.
Come to our lab where we can do an experiment.
Long live Cookie Bun Cooper and Shonix the Hedgehog.
We can do anything for our friends.
And they chose a gem and very happy with our adventures.
Since Scratch murdered Charles the Gemmer.
Long live Cookie Bun Cooper and Shonix the Hedgehog.
Now we must protect Fiona since she has PTSD.
Long live Cookie Bun Cooper and Shonix the Hedgehog.
Now that mind is, have we fighting for good?
And now Fiona has PTSD no more, yeah.
Long live Cookie Bun Cooper and Shonix the Hedgehog. Long live Cookie Bun Cooper and Shonix the Hedgehog.
Do you complete the clocking?
Hazel's bucket sprung its roofs.
Do you wish to skip it popping?
Where we found adventures, we sorted out for you.
We knew what to do. We are such clever chaps. No one's alone now.
Long live Cookie Bun Cooper and Shonix the Hedgehog.
We're geniuses. First one.
And Eugene's top coach now. Long live Cookie Bun Cooper and Shonix the Hedgehog. Adventures, yeah!
That was brilliant. That was fantastic. And now, a moment for everyone. A moment for everyone. As you may or may not know, especially if you have been paying attention to the show the other night, or for that matter, earlier this evening, I thought, or this morning, if you watch this, early in the morning. But anyway, I mentioned that, you should not go on to a DeviantArt because of what Tall Tarifi in Danger has gone. I mean, seriously. There was this person on that site by the name of Diego who just wouldn't leave Tall alone. And, it's just ridiculous. It is just, insane. It is just plain horrible. Now, I don't know how we're going to, get rid of Diego from that platform, but I do know this. All right, I do know this. All right, the only way that we can stop all the bullying that's been going on over on that platform, is very simple. All right, just do not go on DeviantArt. And to anyone who is currently on DeviantArt, get out of there. All right, because I'm telling you, if you stay on DeviantArt, and one of these days you're going to receive a lot of horrible threats that you do not want to deal with. All right, it's going to drive you insane. All right, so do yourself and your mind a favor and get out of DeviantArt. All right, if everyone just stay away from DeviantArt, then the whole world will be a better place. All right, well, almost a better place. Stay away from TikTok, then the world will be in a better place. And now, ladies and gentlemen, talking time. Here we go.
Do you know what time it is? That's right, it's talkie time, where Ellie talks about something. So, let's talk about it.
Very recently, Chris Evans opened up to GQ magazine, about wanting to retire from acting. He says that he doesn't want to miss autumn, and he wants to get into Harvard. He wants to make pots for housewives and things like that. And he wants to, get away from acting and things like that because he just feels a little run down. And here's another thing, okay? He said that you just go to your workshop and make something. That's why he loves, pottery. He then added, I love acting, but you can't act alone. And he is definitely telling the truth. And I think that Chris has made the smart decision, especially considering the fact that, with the actor strike still going on and things like that, it'll be a while before he would be able to act again if he wanted to act. All right? And also, you gotta think about this too. All right? Say what you want about Chris, but he has made a bunch of great movies. All right? And for him to say that he wants to step away from Hollywood and things like that definitely shows intelligence, courage, bravery, self-respect, and more importantly, courage. I always say courage. Well, it bears repeating. Oh, and bravery as well. Yes. Now, one of the movies that he has made, was indeed Avengers Endgame. And he said that last day was emotional. It's like graduating school. I mean, the day's coming, then it's all of a sudden here, and you feel it went by way too quick. It's life-changing. My life is forever not the same. My family's life is not the same. You know what I mean? The ripple effect of signing up for that role is kind of immeasurable. For me, it was a beautiful time. I'm full of gratitude. Wow. That's very deep. Very, very, very deep. And that was, wow. No words could ever explain that. No words could ever describe that. And again, he also said most of the scenes in Endgame, you're fully aware of what you got to be a part of. You're really just so grateful every day, just trying to absorb it all. I think when you're in the middle of it, it's just always like, there's another Marvel movie next. Not that you take it for granted, but it just doesn't resonate the same way when you know, wow, we're wrapped in a couple of weeks. I'm putting the shield down. That's been such a big part of my life for a decade. So much of Endgame was a really, really lovely experience. Wow. He was a part of the Marvel universe for a decade. Wow. Try to think about that for a second. I mean, that is just, wow. Now I understand why he wants to retire. All right? You know, and for good reason as well. I mean, you know, if I was in that position, you know, and I had just done, over a decade of great work, for the movie theaters and things like that, I would probably try to step away from the acting game as well. And Chris, you should be applauded for all the work that you have done for the Marvel movies. Well, we gotta get out of here, but the ending experiments are coming up right now, so please enjoy that. And come back on Monday because another week will begin, and I'll tell you something. We are going to have a ball. Trust me. That's the news. I'm Alski. Scroll by 4.
News. Year 2004 has responded to this week's Content Week question, which was, what are you afraid of? She said, I'm not afraid of anything except for needles. Alright, that's pretty interesting. Of course, she is the honorable mention during this installment. Alright? For more, you'll have to wait a little bit later to find out who has this week's Content Week. Right now, let's get started with DNA experiments.
All right, folks, it is time for another round of DNA experiments. All right, let's do it. You folks ready to be entertained? Great, because we have another episode of Random Box with Knuckles coming at you right now.
If you're still watching this after seeing a lot of entertainment from Nick at Night, then here's your present, the Random Box with Knuckles.
Halloween is a very scary holiday. Every time it comes, I have to protect my house. No, not from ghosts, from the people who might put toilet paper on it. Last year was not a good year. I just got all the toilet paper removed from my house 10 minutes ago. That was not a pretty sight. In fact, some of the toilet paper was filled with gum and a couple of nasty things. I don't want to talk about that. Ew. Anyway, I know who threw that toilet paper. Maddie is just plain naughty and insane. This is what she tried to do last week. Yup, she left a skunk in my living room, and now I can't even walk into the kitchen while it's smelling like a skunk in my sink. Hope that she won't try to do anything ridiculous to me this weekend. Uh-oh, not again.
This has been the Random Box with Knuckles. a production of Cat and Shoes and Nick at Night. When live TV breaks, we fix it. Watch out for Maddie Smith. She's a nightmare.
Good morning. I wonder what's coming up next. It's our last show of the night. Comment of the week with Ellie Muller. And then we'll switch over to Nicktoons to watch SpongeBob SquarePants and The Loud House. That's all still to come on Nick at Night. From me, Eric Beyond. Have a good morning. Bye.
Alright, folks. You love this part of the show just as much as I do, okay? So let's get into it, alright? It's time to find this week's comment of the week. Okay, folks. This week's comment of the week question is simple. What are you afraid of? You know, this is due to the fact that Halloween is a month away and blah, blah, blah. Alright? And by the way, a lot of people might be afraid of Halloween. Now, Jazz Ratchet and Clank said, you know, that a lot of things scare him. You know, aka thunderstorms and other things. Anthony Shoutout Pop Cultures and Opening said heights and the 1984 LBS jingle. Of course, William Beanham said the decorations and the costumes. Now, I thought, wait a minute. Not every costume is scary. And decorations are just decorations. But he said that he's afraid of them anyway. So, okay. That's the count of the week winner. And, yeah, William Beanham is in first place. Anthony Shoutout Pop Cultures and Openings is in second place. And Jazz Ratchet and Clank is in third. Alright. Let's see what happens next week. And that was the comment of the week. Phew. Next week has to be better than this. I'm telling you. Chris Evans is finally retiring. Wow. I didn't see that coming. Did you? Oh well. Let's see how Chris Evans will do in his new life outside of Hollywood. Well, what did we learn? We learned that Chris Evans is done acting, and we also learned that he is feeling very nostalgic about his superhero days. We gotta move, but first, here it is, your musical performance time. Folks, it's time for another musical performance time performance. How many of you can remember this song?
How about some Nick at Night to make you feel better?
Nick at Night, all night, every night. Good TV for your appetite.